Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sport Champ live webinar on World of Esports. It's really amazing to see so many people across India uh, from Sport Champ associated schools have already joined the session today. Sport Champ, as you all know, is India's first ever sports education platform exclusively designed for schools operating in India. Our vision is to create a structured roadmap at the grassroots level to develop sports and sports person at the grassroots level. We are bringing various topics every month which guide students, parents, and everyone, and be aware of latest development in sports, which plays a very important role in planning sport journey. Our today's topic is world of esports. The most right now the hot topic of today. To know, we would like to know more about the type of sports. These are the questions which are there in our mind related to esports. So we try to get the key insights from our speaker today, and on the end, we will take some questions from the audience. So let me invite today's our eminent personality from Symbiosis School of Sports Sciences, who will be guiding all of us in world of esports and also about esports industry at large. Uh, s- Today's speaker is Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh, or very famously known as Sid. Is a seasoned industry leader with over 20 years of experience, out of which last uh, decade in sports experience, out of which last decade in sports industry, handling sports commerce, sports development, sports education, and sports technology. He is a founding member of MBA Sports Management at Symbiosis School of Sports Sciences under Symbiosis International University. Ex CEO at Khel Now, fan engagement technology, consulted with Sacramento Kings NBA team, industry mentor at Qatar Sports Tech, South Asia head of Genius Sports, and more interestingly, he is the brand manager of MS Dhoni. He's a talk show. He also runs a live talk show or sports. C says, "Let's talk sports" with Sid Deshmukh on his YouTube channel, where he interviews athletes, business owners, coaches, and administrators from India and global sporting landscape. This channel gives great insights into sporting landscape and making career into sports. Welcome to the show, Sid.
Hey, hi Bhushan. Thanks for having me and great to be here.
Sid, can we start with the first question related to sports? Like, what is the current state of esports in India and how has it evolved in recent years?
So first and foremost, esports is a legal multi-sports stream as of 20th December 2022. The Honorable Prime Minister and the court has actually given esports as a multi-sports thing. So which what makes why it becomes so interesting is basically now esports is India has already won a medal at Commonwealth playing Dota 2. We have got a bronze medal, and right now the Indian team is. It's interesting that the Indian team is playing esports tournament in China for Asian Games today. And when you're talking about this, and with this, esports also becomes as a virtual sports exhibition sport for Olympics in 2024. Uh, and eventually it will become a medal sport in 2028 LA Olympics. So all in all, esports is a prominent space for the gaming to be considered. At the same time, esports is part of uh, high what to say high core hardcore gaming, so medium core or casual sports. So everything and all in all, esports. What does esports mean is when gaming becomes competitive, it is called esports.
Okay. So, can you explain the different type of esports games and genres that are popular in India or abroad?
Yeah, so I'll take a step back. Before esports, I'll talk about gaming as an industry. Gaming is from the Ludo to Candy Crush to Prince of Persia to Duke 3D to Pac-Man to a game called Real Cricket, which is one of the world's biggest cricket game, to something like PUBG or Valorant or BGMI. Everything is a game. The gaming is being played in India itself. We are talking about 450 million gamers, which are officially playing games, multiple. Even if, and that also includes the casual gamers to the hardcore gaming. When we look at globally, it is more than 260 billion dollar industry for only gaming and esports together. Uh, In India, we are talking about esports as a very, that way it is pretty new for India. It is around 4 to 5 year old, 5 year old when the actual hardcore esports started for India, when gaming became competitive. It all started with Valor. It's all started with BGMI, which is used to be called PUBG. PUBG becoming the competitive. We had FIFA FC having their tournaments in India. So there are a lot of things were happening in frag. It's still a very fragmented industry. It is not a structured industry like any other sport. So it's a very fragmented industry. But when we look at these sports, the shooting sport or the what to say, the bloodsheds and fighting sports, those sports are not considered by Olympics, though they are considered by Commonwealth and Asian Games. The games like PUBG and Valorant are not considered by Olympics, because Olympic is focusing on the virtual sports, which is the virtual way of real sports simulation. So that's why there's a little. That's why Olympic is talking a little differently. But otherwise, if you look at it, overall gaming and esports industry, the gaming uh, become competitive, which actually gets converted to esports. For India, PUBG, now BGMI coming back. They were banned and they came back. So BGMI, we had two back-to-back tournaments which were really successful. Valorant was very successful. That happened in India. We are talking about League of Legends. We are talking about the Clash of Clan. There are multiple games which are from the fighting high-end simulation, but at the same time, FIFA, real cricket, NBA 2K. These are the games which are on the real sports simulation, on which also tournaments are coming up. There are a lot of leagues happening. So yeah, so it is very exciting space. Honestly, there was a time when parents used to crib about kids playing on the phones, but
Correct.
now I think
Correct.
those kids actually can go and may represent the country and win millions of dollars as an athlete.
And when it comes to esports, like many of the schools have their mindset whether it will be good for the kids or not. So have you come across these questions related to esports? Parents and schools having a little bit of a different mindset related to sports.
Yeah, so again, it's not only parents and anybody. It's even I have that little mindset. The sports is where you go out and you play in the
Correct.
open or get dirty, fall down, get the scratches on your legs and arms and all those things, right? But that doesn't mean esports played on the phone or the console, you don't need fitness. The athletes, players who are playing esports competitively, they really have to work very sharp on their eyes, their neck, their thumbs, their fingers, their joints. They can't be sitting so long. So they also have to work into the fitness of it own. Uh, the gaming and esports, the way it is growing, the kids are going to play for sure, but that should be right now at the age of 12, 13, 14. It should be more of a recreation and not a competitive level. But after 14, 15, they can actually convert the same passion. If they're good, they can actually convert into becoming a athlete or a player, a proper gamer, and start representing the team. And so they have the career as good as a hockey player or a football player or a table tennis player or a cricket player. It is as good as the career that they can have, because finally there is a sports in and it is not played by the machines, it is actually played by the humans on the machines.
Correct.
So,
So
so parents and the schools are getting jiffy about the whole thing. They will have to accept it, because this is here to stay, and this is going to grow bigger and bigger. But only thing is, they can actually finally, after so many years, Indian education system actually got the physical education as the topic after the NEP. I think after a few more years, we'll also get some time for e-gaming
correct.
if this trend continues.
Correct. So, as you have already spotted a question there, like what are the career opportunities within the sports industry, or basically esports industry, apart from being just a player?
Yeah, so apart from being a player, there are it is, imagine the sports industry and esports industry is almost, it's identical, right? It is, there are the same thing. If you are a player in playing table tennis, somebody like you who have been a table tennis player, that now imagine you playing esports and you are a player in esports. Everything around you stays the same. It has got events, It has got marketing, it has got a coach, it has got a nutritionist, it has got dietitian, it has got marketing, sponsorships, it has got venue operations, technology about the analytics and all, broadcasting, media, everything that stays is exactly the same. Only thing is we are extending it to the different world, which is the little virtual world. So
Correct.
the opportunities are phenomenal, and the way Asian Games right now happening. Similarly, we had BGIS happening in India for 15 days, where all the BGMI players came together, and around 8, 10, 30 different teams came together and were competing at each other for almost 1.5 or 2 crore worth of prize pool. So when we talk about all these things, it is the same industry like any other sport. It is like doing the national games vis-a-vis doing a BGIS. Same effort, everything is same, arena is required, everything. Only thing is you don't have the outdoor sport, so everything can be done in the indoor arena. It can be you can do it from a banquet of a hotel to a indoor arena like Balewadi. So you can do it anywhere, but you can't do it in outdoor, because of the you're playing on the phone and the console, so the outdoor condition will not suffice, will not help there.
Correct. And what are the legal and regulatory aspects of esports in India, including issues related to betting and gambling?
So all these are different aspects. Betting and gambling is actually comes as is very much completely illegal in India. Real money gaming, the RMG, which is like fantasy and the poker and everything, which is we're talking about, which has come under 28% GST. That also is different. So RMG is different. Real money gaming, like fantasy and poker, is different than the betting and gambling, because game of skill and game of chance, where this is actually a sport. So there is no legal issue about esports in India. And as I mentioned, on 20th December 2022, the government of India and honorable court actually have approved esports as a multi-sport disciplinary, to be represented at the international circuit level. So it is very much legal. There is no issue about it. And if there is betting and gambling happening in football or cricket, it may happen in esports as well, but that is always illegal,
Correct,
at least in
correct,
India.
correct, correct. Like, how are brands and sponsors getting involved in Indian esports, and what are the benefits does it bring to the industry?
Actually, it's very interesting question, Bhushan, because the brands are known in traditional sport. We have seen brands getting involved for the tangible output, rather I'll say non-tangible output, which is called gas marketing, right? If you see somebody or a TVS tires on the jersey of CSK, or slice on the jersey of Mumbai Indian, and it is seen by the people who see that. That's it. There is no actionable item there. But in esports, where your device and the gaming is very much involved, uh, there is an actionable item that people can actually go and reach to the right people. So if you are a gamer of, say, real cricket as a game, real cricket is actually an Indian game, which is the world's biggest free to play mobile cricket game. uh, More than 300 million downloads and all those things. It's a cricket game. It's not like fantasy. It's a proper cricket game. Like you have to play, you have to bat, bowl, field, everything that you have to do. So inside those games, there are clickable possibilities for you to brand to have the right direct integration. So brand knows who is the person that I'm reaching to directly. They know
Correct.
that, okay, I'm reaching to 300 million people directly. So there is a relation that can be built with the e-gaming. The values of sponsorship are little smaller than cricket, the traditional cricket, but at the same time, it is something, because it is evolving. But if you have, just to tell you some numbers, the price pool that we talk about in the international level, the top 10 price pools, almost five of them are esports league. And when I say top 10, the highest prize pool is paid by Wimbledon, 58 to 50 million, or 50 million USD is the Wimbledon prize pool. Then comes the US Open and all. So at 40 million and 30 million, all those things. But if you look at top 10, there are five tournaments of esports who are paying the prize pool of 45 million, 47 million, 35 million, 30 million.
Oh,
So you can imagine what kind of money is actually there in esports at the global level. India is far behind in that, but Indian players are actually performing at that level.
which are the leading countries in this?
So US, the Korea and China is obviously, the Korea becomes the biggest hub of,
Yes.
of sporting and gaming. China is huge. US is really big, and India is catching up.
And Japan?
Yes, Japan, Indonesia. So more mainly Asia. A lot of Asian countries
Asian
playing
countries.
mainly, but not in non-Asian. We are talking about Israel. We are talking about US. We are talking
Correct.
about Mexico. So those are countries there. But India is, if you look at that, I won't be surprised if India is in top 10.
Okay. So, what are the future trends and predictions for the esports industry in India?
Honestly, it is going to grow more and more.
Okay.
The return of BGMI and the tournaments around it actually has kicked the whole thing more for India. We have Valorant as games happening. We have Pokemon Go happening, FIFA tournaments happening, cricket, real cricket based tournament is coming up. So that's then so when you look at the trend, it is going to be it is it. So in India there is no official federation.
Hmm.
We have two federations. One is Esports Federation of India, and one is a Federation of Esports in India, FESI. So it's like many any other sport, we still have the challenge of federations in esports as well. But it is still in early stage for India to have an issue, because uh, playing in the country, you don't need that kind of federation thing. But if you play represent the country at a international tournament, at a particular country level tournament, then the federation comes into picture. So
Correct.
from that perspective, that fragmented industry can be more planned in coming future. It is going to be more organized. That's why the more and more job opportunities are going to come up in that, for the people in the periphery, at the same time for the people in the playing area as well. So a lot of more clarity is going to come up. The gaming community is usually 14, 15, 16, 17 to 20 to 23. They actually retire at the age of 23, 24.
Oh, okay.
And they go into coaching. And so I know few gamers who are into who have retired at 20 to 24. But these gamers are making almost 50, 60,000 USD per month on only on streaming. That is the
Okay.
revenue that they make on streaming on YouTube and other channels. So there is a lot of money involved in this, because people are crazy for watching it, viewing it, watch it somebody else play. It is like, we come from the era where I still get excited about Sharat Kamal hitting that top spin or Virat Kohli hitting that cover drive. But the new
Correct.
generation is getting kicked about some Olixi Pfizer name player killing somebody with a gun from long shot. You
Correct.
don't know in what game. So
Correct.
uh, that's why the streaming is huge. The gaming is growing to grow. And if you look at the trend, it is on upward. It is a we I won't be surprised if we don't see a hockey stick curve, the growth.
Okay. Okay. That's a big comment.
Yeah, it,
So,
it is actually and that's what I'm saying. It's not only me, but that's how the industry is expected to grow.
yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
and with the overdose of cricket that we are getting, I think other sports needs to step up.
yes. And how can enthusiasts get involved in the Indian esports scene, whether as players, content creators, or even organizers? Especially
Yeah,
like
it is
someone
firstly.
from the player perspective or from the school perspective, someone wants to get into this. Like, what is the ways?
So the simple thing is, firstly, you download the game on your phone and play.
Okay,
Uh, Only thing is, my always is the humble opinion and the request to all the kids: do not spend money, parents' money, on buying something in the game. And we have
right,
seen a lot of issues, and I think that is one of the issues that parent talk about, or the teachers are talking about. This young kids actually, because when you are anything that you are doing on your phone, you have your credit card or debit card or something is linked
correct,
on Google Play or Apple Pay and everywhere, right? So anything that you buy in-app purchase that happens, you end up using your card.
correct,
So lot of time we have seen news where the lot of money is utilized by of parents. Lakhs and lakhs of money was used by the game, by the
oh,
kids. So those were the things, and for that perspective, it's always a humble request and caution towards parents to monitor what your kids are doing. Let them play. Anything doing excess is always the addiction, which is not good. Let them play, let them enjoy, but at the same time, keep an eye about. Don't keep that much of money in the wallet of the phone, so that because that your credit card can be used so much and you lose money on somebody buying inside the game. So in-app purchase is huge. That's where companies make money. Any app makes money or the gaming industry makes money. But kids can download the games, play those games, be practice, and there are so many tournaments which are still coming up. They can still participate in the game, they can compete with each other and start going up in the Swiss bracket and reach the ladder. So there are a lot of ways. First, the everything starts from by downloading the game, but be at the responsible age. Anybody under 16, please do it with your parents guidance. Make sure that you are doing it when somebody's around, not buying something just for the heck of it. At the same time, people are interacting inside the game, right? So it's like you and me are playing and we are talking to each other through the phone. So a lot of cyber bullying happens through that. So you need to be very aware of what
Correct.
what kind of group that if you're not what kind of groups you're joining to play the game. Don't be part of the unknown games, unknown clans where you will be bullied and you can give up more information than you're supposed to be, and then there are other issues that can come in. So security wise there are challenges, but where they are not, it's everywhere, right? But
Correct.
it is about just being responsible and being aware about the things. It is more important for us to grow.
When you're saying downloading the game, it's is it as per the liking of the game? Like you, is there a particular type of a game like which you feel that okay, these are the game which has got much high exposure or at the national or
Yeah, so
international level?
correct. So there is Valorant in the high hardcore game like the shooting games and the fighting games, right? There is Valorant, there is BGMI, there is Free Fire. Those are the games. League of Legends. These are the very fighting games. At the same time, there are strategy-based games. But at the same time, the games like NBA 2K or FIFA or Real Cricket. These are the games that you can download on the phone, and they are the simulation sport. So I personally like the simulation sport because I still, even if I don't know what is happening on why am I killing somebody, at least I know I'm hitting somebody four or six because that's a bad ball or good ball. Well, I don't
Correct.
know why am I killing somebody. So it is just probably our generation is the problem with that with the age, but the younger kids might get attracted to that. So the game of your choice, always download from the authorized publisher. Publisher is somebody who publishes the game. Like Krafton is the publisher for BGMI.
Okay.
Nautilus is a publisher for Real Cricket. So you should always download the game from the official publisher, and you can get that information who is the official publisher for every game online. Just do Google about top game and their publishers, and you can download those games and play as per your liking. And it is something. It's like practice, right? Remember the one shot that we hit 1,000 times before the coach allowed us to hit the second shot in table tennis
Correct.
or badminton or cricket. Same thing
Correct.
here. It's a practice. Yeah. Only thing is take care of your eyes. Make sure you roll your eyes. You look outside, not only focusing on the screen all the time. There's
Yes.
other challenges, right? So, is the industry to grow? It is something that you cannot ignore. It is very much here and here to stay.
Correct. So how can India position itself as a competitive hub for esports events and tournaments on the global stage?
It is already happening. So
Okay.
with BGIS and BGMI tournaments in India, it's happening. Real cricket coming up with the cricket tournament, which is happening. ESL might come to India. So there are right now the biggest of the biggest tournaments happening in Korea, China, Indonesia. Now Saudi has picked up. Dubai is picked up. The same way in US has it, and now Europe has it, and now India will have it. So we already have conducted few tournament. Nordwin has conducted something like DreamHack where multiple gaming zones come together, the gaming tournament, esports competition come together and do it. Sky Sports, which is one of the big leading tournament operator for esports, they conduct multiple tournaments and big prize pools are given. So India is already becoming an hub. It's only about following those things online. We go and look at esports tournament in India, what is happening in Indian esports, and all those things. And Google
Correct.
gives you answer what to follow, where to follow. So
Correct.
as I said, because there is no specific federation and there is no federation driven things, so that's why you don't get information at one single thing. It's fragmented.
Correct. So there, as what I understand is there is a lot of scope in esports, but still it is fragmented, and still a lot of clarity is yet to come. And also for from the parents' perspective, a lot of precautionary measures has to be taken to get into that, so that there is no hiccups happen in the longer run for the children. to get into esports or
Correct.
getting addicted into esports. Like that is what you mean to say, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah, and I can understand. Yeah. I can understand. And it is that's what I'm saying. It is ever growing. It is not new, and it's here to
Correct.
stay. Be responsible while playing. Joy, no to cyberbullying and all those things. Let your parents know what you're doing. If you are under 16 or under 17, let your parent know what you're doing, and don't spend money on in-app purchases
Correct.
unless it is approved by your own money or it's known by your parents.
Correct. Thank you, Sid, for taking out time for this amazing discussion and all the insights which you have given on esports, which will guide many participants. And also, it will be going to all the schools and the parents because the awareness has to start somewhere. Because at the grassroots level, this awareness
Yes.
will start, then only people will come to know. Because there are a lot of questions in mind. When I was talking today morning with some of the principals and other areas, so they were completely blank. They were not knowing about what is esport. So esport, they are want to they before taking a step, they want to really analyze everything and then take it to the next level. So that's the reason we started this first series, and I think there will be multiple others series coming so that people are aware about it. Thank you for your time, Shid.
Anytime,
Thank you.
anytime. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being a part of this show. And the show recording is also available in Sport Champ India YouTube channel and Facebook page, LinkedIn page, and everyone. Watch this video and anything which is there, just let us know so that we can take it further. Thank you so much.